Hey guys, it's your boy Arj, and I'm back this time with not just another theory video, but a video that could potentially be a flat out spoiler for the ending, or at least how the Tournament of Power ends. Usually I urge you to watch through for the sake of seeing whether my theories and predictions come true, but new information just came out that potentially, depending on how you see it, flat out tells us how the tournament ends. So if you don't want to be spoiled, click away. But again, this is half theory, half fact. You have been warned. But before I begin, if you're new here, don't forget to smash that subscribe button to enter our PS4 Pro giveaway with a copy of Dragon Ball FighterZ, all sponsored by Bandai Namco. So show your support and join the gang today. As you've all seen, I'm sure, the voice actors for Dragon Ball Super recently gave a little interview each detailing their experiences with Dragon Ball Super, their wishes for the future of Dragon Ball, and a little message for fans. And as usual, most YouTubers have just gone to just read them out. But as always, you know, once I've read it, I'll be thinking straight away about what their messages really mean, and whether any of them let out any details about the finale, whether by accident or on purpose. But to begin, you guys who watched my theory video last night on how Android 17 will win the tournament will know how I theorized that the MVP of the Tournament of Power, considering actually mentioning in the spoilers, would only happen under two scenarios. Scenario A, where there would be a timeout and Universe 7 wins by numbers, or Scenario B, where Jiren was somehow beaten by a base form Goku, Frieza and Android 17. Though I still believe Android 17 will be the MVP, and there is new evidence here even to support that I'll go over. But I theorized that due to the fact we see Jiren regain his red aura in the final scene of the preview, we could just not expect these three weakened warriors to defeat Jiren, who evidently still had serious gas left in the tank. But what I'm going to show you right now shows that I was wrong. My theory has now changed that yes, Jiren does in fact get eliminated. And before I tell you how, let me show you what I saw that pretty much confirms it. Masuhara Sato, the voice actor of Master Roshi, had pretty basic stuff to say about how surprised he was at how his character did, but then in the section where he talks about the highlights of the final episode, which of course he has seen, he says, "It's the final episode at last. Jiren sure is strong, but I think the highlight will be seeing just how Jiren gets taken down." Taken down. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but that truly does not mean anything other than what I think it means. Now you can't read that any other way, where it could possibly mean time running out, or possibly mean Jiren wins. That straight up tells us not only that Universe 7 wins, but they win by defeating Jiren. Which honestly at this point probably is more of a shocker if you think about it than a timeout, because it's 3 versus 1. I would have thought that there being 3 members left was there just because they needed that many to survive Jiren, but clearly there is going to be an ass pull out somewhere, and somehow they are going to beat Jiren. And after reanalyzing the episode 131 preview, I think I know exactly how it goes down. Remember this scene? 3 blue beams come out from nowhere, 1 for each of the Universe 7 members left. Underneath we have the text, "The extraordinary, shocking climax that will decide the fate of all." And the beams combine to attack Jiren over and over, literally completely overpowering him into a pillar. Now most definitely, considering Goku is still in base form, this is some sort of combination attack between the 3. True teamwork, which has been the name of the game from the very start of the tournament, and coincidentally was blatantly referenced by Goku and the cast just last episode, after Jiren spoke about how pointless trust and friendship was, with Goku then vowing to show him just how wrong he was, with Piccolo highlighting the common theme and difference between Goku and Jiren being that Goku is fighting for everyone and not just himself, a life lesson that must be taught to Jiren, and through only one way, and that way by defeating Jiren once and for all as a complete team and not a lone wolf. Goku is not the type to want to steal all the glory of a victory just for the sake of it. He's been saved already. Master Roshi himself says it best when he says, I'm sure Goku doesn't believe even for a moment that he came this far by himself. So why on earth would he want to end it alone? With Goku then finishing this idea up when he says, "This is our power, Jiren." In the final episode of Dragon Ball Super, Goku, Frieza and Android 17, the most unlikely combination of all time, will do the unthinkable and find a way to combine powers to defeat Jiren before the time runs out, and as Masahiro Sato says, take Jiren down. Now, looking for snippets which support this and all my Android 17 MVP theory, we see Android 17's voice actor himself, Shigeru Nakahara, say, "Surely nobody would have predicted 17 would remain to the final episode, since it seemed like he died blowing himself up, right? Funny that the last ones left are 17, Frieza and Goku. These three teaming up. It won't just be a battle, it will be an incredible chemical reaction." Toriyama Sensei provided the original draft, so it's sure to be an unpredictable climax. The very fact he chose to mention the teaming up of these three not only stands to back up my teamwork point, but the use of the phrase chemical reaction is also highly interesting and corroborates with some sort of combined attack between the three that leads to those three powerful beams that I showed you earlier, and I believe this will be key to the ending. His point about Toriyama providing the original draft is extra significant, and the comment about an unpredictable climax, because he's the only one saying this and giving this much detail. And what's more, he also strangely has one of the longest paragraphs when it comes to highlights from the episode, which is strange as this is Android 17, typically not one of the main characters, so this yet again shines light on the real possibility of Android 17 winning the Tournament of Power and becoming the MVP. Indeed, the very idea of Android 17 winning is what anyone would say is an unpredictable ending, except of course to me, and it's truly a coincidence that the voice actor of Android 17 is the only one who mentions this about this unpredictability. He goes on to say it ends in a Dragon Ball like way, which is exactly as I hypothesized too. Though Android 17 will shockingly be declared the MVP due to his contribution, in the end Bulma will be able to easily provide him a cruise, possibly back on that ship we saw in the Battle of the Gods, and he will happily allow for the Super Dragon Balls to wish back the other universes and thus leave Dragon Ball Super on that happy ending that satisfies both the adults and the many children around the world the show is marketed to. But yeah guys, that was my Dragon Ball Super high level analysis for you today, and I hope you enjoyed and now have a clearer picture of exactly how the Tournament of Power will end and the final episode of Dragon Ball Super goes down. My bets are firmly on Jiren being eliminated now and Android 17 being declared the MVP. But now it's your turn to let me know down in the comments exactly what you think will happen. Has Masaharu blurted out the end, or is there something else going on here? Let me know down below, but before you guys go, don't forget to smash that subscribe button to enter our PS4 Pro giveaway with a copy of Dragon Ball FighterZ, all sponsored by Bandai Namco, so show your support and join the gang today. Until next video guys, cheers.